Hello everyone, and welcome to this edition of Kids Zone, the Christian education moment designed for the entire family. What a wonderful time we've been having as we're thinking about Women's History Month and all of the successful women in the Bible and thinking about the women in our lives. And today, want to start our attention by thinking about the portrait of a woman, a portrait of women that we may see across our world, whether we know them directly or we see them on social media or on television. All of the women that we can think of right now, we think about the image of what a woman looks like and the beautiful images that we see. And we know and we can see with our eyes that women come in all shapes or sizes. They are beautiful. They have beautiful skin. Some have long hair, some have short hair. Some are tall, some are short, some are statuesque, some are smaller size, and they are all beautiful in God's eyes. Well, today our story lands on a woman in the Bible that you may know, that you should learn about as well. Her name is Esther. Esther the Queen. And I want to talk about this portrait of Esther because when we think about Esther and we see her from the outside, the Bible talks about how beautiful she was and how she was adorned in jewels and riches and lived a wonderful lifestyle, and that many folks might look at her as being one of the real housewives of Persia. But she was more than that. One thing that we can learn from pictures is that pictures are worth 1,000 words, but they don't tell the full story. You can by just looking at the outside of the picture. When people look at you and they see your picture in your portrait, or they see your Facebook profile picture or your picture on your favorite app, they see what's on the outside, but they don't really know what's on the inside. Well, let me tell you about the inside of Esther and on her what's the inside on her story. She did not come from riches. She did not have family who was able to pour the wisdom that she was eventually able to give as a queen. She was an orphan. She didn't have her mother there to instill these great values within her and to tell her about what it was like to be a woman of stature and a woman that would lead. She had no clue about what the life that she would live. And her life was not perfect. She did not have everything that we would consider to be of someone who would be a future royal. But even in spite of that, God still used her and used her in a mighty way. And God had always been guiding her footsteps in her paths. Well, one thing that we can learn from her and learn from that story, my brothers and sisters, boys and girls, is that God still guides our footsteps, no matter our upbringing, no matter what situations that we've gone through, whether or not we've come from the haves or the have-nots, that when purpose is inside of you, that there is great destiny in front of you. Well, what do we do with that? Well, we remember that life is called for us to do something big. Esther and her wonderful story, although she's beautiful and has all these things going on for her, she decides that she is more than just a beauty queen, more than just a pretty face, more than just someone that wowed the crowd. That in the time when her people needed her the most, Esther, who was Jewish, had to do something that stood up for her people because her people were in danger. And so she decides to break protocol. Protocol? In our church, sometimes that's a no-no, but she steps outside of that because she realizes that the protocol was not more important than the purpose. She stands up for her people, and because of that, she delivers and saves her people from destruction. She used the gift that God had given her, used her entire life to stand up and do something risky and purposeful for God. My brothers and sisters, boys and girls, whatever you think your life is about right now, it's more than just a selfie, more than just your greatest photo shoot, more than your flyest clothing, gear, or things that you can put on. God wants something special from you. God wants to see you use your time here on earth for something good. Well, my brothers and sisters, boys and girls, everybody, mamas and daddies, everybody, lottie-dottie, I am encouraging you to stand up like Queen Esther, to know who you are, and to realize that you're more than what the eyes may see. Beauty is really skin deep, it's on the inside. And when you allow the beauty that God has already created in you, that calls you chosen, wonderful, great, marvelous, then the world will see the light and you will make a change and stand up for what's right. All right, that's all I have for you. Shout out to Queen Esther. We thank you so much, and all the Esthers in the world who stand up for what's right. Be a leader and speak out when something is wrong. See you again next week.